You know, there's something about being at the entrance to Area Zero that I just don't like. Oh, I know what it is. It's freaking silent here. There's just nothing. At least the game loads it faster. So it's got something. But, yeah. When you're setting up a stream and you want to start at Area Zero, it's just kind of. It's just kind of dull. Oh well. Anyway, we got more shiny Dunsparce to get. And, let's see if I can remember the sandwich recipe here. So it was... Ah, shit, I forgot to get more onions. But I think it was... onion, green bell pepper, tomato, and hamburger, 2 tofu, and then just the herb outright. I think that looks right. We're gonna go for it. Start with the tofu because it's really big. So I don't want it to be at the top or else everything will tip over. And then tomatoes also. Hamburgers only one, so I'm fine with it being in the middle. And everything else is super thin, so I can just kind of put it wherever. And then screw top bread, and this goes to the entire thing because that makes sense. Ugh. What's the point of the dang pick if it just phases through everything? Realistically, what's the point? Got it. Alright. I keep expecting the B button, the button normally used for back, to be the leave sandwich picnic stuff button. But no, it's the Y button. So half the time I crouch when I need to leave the picnic. It's consistent. I pushed the wrong research station because I mashed through the text. God damn it. Let's try this again. You know what? Let's try it 4 this time. Why not? Right in the center of all the Dunsparce stuff. Of course, can't get the dragon in this big old lab. You have to go outside first and wait for the game to load. Alright. Now we just look for pink. Same deal as usual. You got something? If I start a stream and I find there's a Dunsparce outbreak somewhere in my game, I might do that instead. At least for a few of them. I feel like I've always had better luck with outbreaks than with shiny hunts like this. I don't know why. Not the odds are even that much better, honestly. I have to think that might even be better with the sandwich, but it doesn't freaking feel that way. Maybe it's just because when you have the outbreaks going, and you knock out the Pokemon you need for the max effect, you can kind of just keep despawning and respawning them for as long as you want. You don't have to worry about remaking sandwiches every half hour. So, I mean, I kind of get it, but also, Yeah, imagine if I get a Dunsparce outbreak, and, you know, just get a bunch of free shinies. Realistically, I wouldn't even have to worry about the sandwiches that much at that point, because I've got enough of a boost with 60 knockouts and a sandwich. No, it's not a sandwich, it's a shiny charm. But a sandwich probably wouldn't even do that much, really. Forgot how big of a hitbox Dunsparce normally has. It's ridiculous. Also, I should probably take the booster energy off of Robo-Santa just so this text box doesn't show up every time. It slows everything down. Remind me to do that before the next sandwich. Because if we don't get a shiny here, I'll have to reset, and if I remove it now, I'll just, I'll have it on when I reset the game, and I'll forget about it again. I think we're gonna do what we did last time. We're gonna do 4 sandwiches. So that's gonna be 2 hours worth of actual sandwich power, and then all the stuff we would talk with like boost another half hour. Knowing me. I always underestimate the damn hitbox. It's just, you think, oh, it's a long boy, so like you can go around it perfectly fine, but I guess it's like this big circle. I want to bet the hitbox like a big circle on the Dunsparce. And the size, the length of the Dunsparce here is reality just the diameter of the circle. So it's really only like a third of the dang hitbox. Which feels so lazy to me. All that empty space technically being like an encounter area. Like, that's really annoying. I don't like it. Why is it like that? Generation 10 better not have any stuff like that or I'm gonna be mad. Like, seriously, there's things to like about this method of Pokemon spawning. It feels a lot more natural and you can see a whole bunch of Pokemon at once. But then there's just stuff like that where you're trying to avoid Pokemon and you can't anyway. Because the hitboxes are just so weird for no reason. You know what does is annoy you. It sets you up for frustration. But it's generally faster to encounter Pokemon this way in comparison to how how you encounter them in the grass. Because grass is fully random what Pokemon you're getting depending on where you are. And you can only realistically see one at a time unless there's some sort of gimmick going around. So, like, I get it. There's upsides and downsides to both. I just think the hitboxes need to be a little bit better if they're going to keep up this method. And as someone who doesn't have first-hand experience with Legends Arceus yet, I can't say how much better they are there, but considering there's a lot more stealth involved with that, you're probably not actually getting too close most of the time. Found one. Little guy's just hiding away in a corner. How you doing, little guy? What are you doing all the way back here behind this rock? I need to stock up on Dusk Balls again. Gotcha. First ball, let's go. Love to see it. Sweet. Alright. That's one. Let's see if we can get ourselves another one or two with the sandwich. How long do we have? 20 minutes, okay. So usually when I get shinies with a sandwich, I really only ever get one with a sandwich at a time or something. I know it's possible to get more, but it rarely happens. Which is weird considering how much you boost the odds in your favor. So realistically, you'd think you'd see more. But sometimes the game just says no. Because I didn't do it last stream at all. There's that big old rock. Look, that's it. Right there. Right? Is that the right rock? No. forget where the rock is. I remember shiny. That's a problem. I couldn't get a good look at that guy. If that was a shiny, I'm gonna be so sad. Remember where the good rock is. I feel like a fool. Shiny rock. Is this the rock? That's too far. That's not it. No, it's this one. Right here, it's this one. Right here. There we go. Now this. Making the game even quieter. No pink, so I go back. Here you go with the Pokemon. Nope, that was lighting. Thought that was pink for a second. Back away. Come back. Big old turn around. I don't really do this method often. I find it a little boring, actually. More boring than going around the entire lower half of Area Zero. I mean, at least you can watch them spawn in a little bit better. You just kind of sit back and see for yourself, but yeah. I'd kind of rather do this method where I go and roam around. It's more my style. Okay, apparently the circle is not just the diameter of the Dunsparce, it's way larger than that. What is that? Maybe it's more of a square. So there's like super big corners that kind of jut out to the side of it. Why are your Pokemon hitboxes a square? Actually that freaking big on a Pokemon that's more long than wide. Again, I would love to have a jukebox feature in this game, but that doesn't really seem to be an option. So it's just this one music track. Great. Love it. And you wonder why I only did this hunt for 3 streams before being like, I'm gonna go do something else. And I'm pretty sure it's gonna be the same type of thing this time. It would have just been 2, but I took off last Thursday as well. So I feel like I owe you a little bit. So you get 3! I'm sorry it's as entertaining as last time. Just I don't really have that much to talk about this time. And I'll admit, I didn't really sleep the best. Though I will admit, no joke, I had a dream last night where we were going on vacation again to the same area that I was just on vacation. Like, as in, we're leaving and getting there now. And even though it's supposedly the same place, we're out in, like, an old wooded section of it. So it's a lot less population, a lot more trees. And then there's still like a fun fair going on when we get there. Is this whole thing. And there's always like this one road you went down, and it was arcades left and right, all super old style, and the outside walls were all painted to look like Green Hill Zone for some reason. And that's all I remember. Actually, no, there's one more thing. In my dream, I didn't tell you guys we were leaving for vacation again right after getting back from the last one. So the entire time I was worried about, oh no, I need to let them know, but I don't have the opportunity to. Oh no! know what? I think I kind of missed vacation already. Even if vacation, you had a few more disappointments than usual. It was still a good vacation. I still enjoyed myself, but there were some bits that, you know, were a little bit sad. Like there was a burger place we heard about years ago. We'd always stop there on the way there and on the way back. But last year they closed down for renovations. As we were heading out, apparently. And they said they wouldn't be back until the following winter. So we figured, oh, we're gonna miss out on this vacation. We'll see it next year, probably. Well, this year we head there, and lo and behold, the entire thing shut down. And it didn't look like it finished renovations. It just couldn't take it, I guess. It was a sign. Like, that year when the burger place shut down for renovation, that was the year I came home sick. Now this year they just closed down entirely, and it was all up and down with the vacation. The stuff being timed wrong, in terms of like closing hours being a lot different than what it used to be. Well, because we're technically in the off season now. But then again, we were technically in the off season last year when we went as well, but I guess things got worse for the economy since then. I don't know, that's the only thing I can explain it. There was a show my mom wanted to go to, and the only way she could get discounted tickets was to do this thing that involved like a seminar when we got there, trying to get her involved in a timeshare, which she luckily backed out of. Because I'll admit, I don't know that much about timeshares, but I keep seeing commercials on TV about people wanting to get the heck out of them. So it doesn't seem like it's that good of an idea. But she had to sit in there and deal with that for 3 hours, only for the times on the tickets to be messed up. Like, it was a show that wasn't supposed to run until the holiday season, but like the dates and stuff were correct for the current show. And we arrive like 30 minutes before the show starts, and they're all confused because their system is not matching the ticket for some reason. It's in their system as the holiday show, but the time and stuff's alright for this show. And we call the guys and we're like, hey, you messed something up here, try to figure it out. And they're like, okay. Like 20 minutes pass and nothing happens. They got bit doing something else, I guess. Mom tried calling again, and then gave it to the person running the register, who then sent in the manager or something, and then it finally got sorted out like 5 minutes to showtime. That was a very close call. So, yeah, long story short, be careful where you get your discount tickets from. Because, they may be stupid. They may not work right. Of course, I'm not gonna say, actually go full price for everything. If you could find a way to lower the cost, sure, but, be careful how it's done. Because if it means going through a 3-hour seminar about a timeshare, maybe don't. I didn't go to that. I stayed at the hotel. I usually stay at the hotel while Mom does all of her shopping stuff. Because, like, I'm not interested in a lot of that stuff. Because I figured we'd be walking around enough doing a lot of the other stuff, like mini golf. And the sandwich is out. Well. Before we do anything else, let's get some more sandwich ingredients. Because I'm out of onions and I'm running low on tomatoes, I think. Luckily, if we look at my money, look at that, it's dang near max. So, do they not have normal onions here, just red onions? Are you kidding me? I know it's different between each different city. Dang it, guys. Nothing here of worth. But I do need to pick up more picks, so, let's go a little fancy. Why not? 30 golden picks. There we go. Why not? And then what's at the other one over here? Sure can. I can at least pick up tomatoes. Just picking up a decent amount of those for right now. So I gotta go somewhere else to find the onions I need for the sandwich. I would assume... Look, this is another good idea. How about here? Not here either? What? Just red onions again. What? You're kidding me. You're kidding me. Oh my god, I have to go somewhere else. Why are onions so hard to get? What the heck? What's going on in the outbreaks? Ooh. Raging backstone. Oh, Snom. Alright, you have literally nothing. Minotaur. That's Larvitar, I know, but like, you don't care about the little bad beef farm. Now, does this place have onions? How hard is it to find a good onion in this region? Not you. A corner back here, really? Okay, onions. Are you joking? Is it based on, like, day? Can I just not get onions on Thursdays? That seems really specific. Oh, here we go. Finally found a place with onions. Yeah, I'm getting a lot of these. Because I'll forget you can get them here. And then, you know, I won't look back. I don't screw it. Max out on onions. I can afford it. I can't afford all of the onions. 999 helpings of onion. Mine. Nice. Nice, dude. And these are the same with tomatoes. And hamburgers. I'm actually gonna loan hamburgers. Max out the hamburger. Max out all the stuff I need for these shiny sandwiches. And focus on nothing else. Yeah, 992 hamburger patties. I'm sure you can get some good use out of that. 984 helpings of green bell peppers? Sure! I mean, if I can afford it. There's no new bag for any more helpings of green bell pepper. Oh man. I gotta go back and get tomatoes now. I want to max the tomatoes. I think I'll have maxed out everything I need for these sandwiches. Back to this deli! And then we can check our dunce bars. I'm getting so distracted. Look, I need to make these sandwiches. Oh man. Just my luck. Regional sandwich fillings. Oh my gosh, I should have put inside. I'll go around the outside and cut through an alleyway. Nope. Now I can't even control the flying well, and I'm flying way over here on the other side of town. Sheesh. Give me those tomatoes. Ow. Where was it again? Tomatoes? You do. 949 helpings of tomato? Barely even did anything to my money. You know what? Just hang on a second. Going for more tomatoes. Oh my god. I could just max out on everything at this rate. Oh my god. Wow, dude. Let's max out here too. Hang on. Eggs, potato salad. Oh my god. Chili sauce. Red bell pepper, yellow bell pepper. Now this did a lot more. This cut over half. Okay. Okay. Now I feel like I can make any sandwich I want. Let's see how much I can get in here. All of the ham, all of the lettuce. I already have all the onions I need. There were onions for the whole time. I was looking in the wrong shop and wasn't paying attention. God damn it. I'm a fool, blinded by my maximum supply of everything. Look at this. I can afford it all. There we go. I'm back under $1 million, as these should be. I never need to buy ingredients again. Oh my god. I never need to buy ingredients ever again. Okay, let's check our dunce bars first off. I'm gonna guess you're lax. Damn it, adamant. Remember Hyper Drill? We'll split over Dragon Rush, because who cares? And it's time to evolve you! Where can you go? Unsparks is evolving! It's a miracle! 2-segment! That's fine. I'm not expecting to get this anyway, because this has not gone on for that long, realistically. Okay. Actually, let's warp back. How is that? Is there just an outbreak of Bagon just on these cliff sides? I don't think I've ever seen a Pokemon outbreak be on a cliffside like that before. There's just a bunch of Bagons way up here. Well, get rid of this. You don't need that right now, Robo Santa. And we'll save our game. I'm doing it manually because I don't want to accidentally turn the game online by pressing the wrong button. And Picnic. So I should be maxed out on almost every ingredient. It's just that the herbas are a bit lacking. But I should have pretty much everything else. Look at this. Look at this. I didn't max up. Oh, there are like regional ingredients. Because I haven't maxed out on cloth sticks or tofu. I apparently am one noodle short. I guess my D-pad decided to be stupid. So I'm not sure what else would explain that. So I definitely had the money for one more set of noodles. Whatever. Tomato, onion, green pepper, and 2 tofu. And all of this. Horseradish, curry powder, wasabi are all like regional stuff, I guess. Depending on the city. But none of that matters because we're just going for Herba Mystica and getting a bitter one and a salty one just for the heck of it. Let's use the rest of these silver picks because I'm never going back. I'm using these and I'm never using silver picks again. I have polka dollars to spend. In the case where I don't, I don't know, I could just, let's just say Blueberry Academy knows what's up. Oh, man. Boop. And through the sandwich! If you can even call this a sandwich. I mean, realistically speaking, this really isn't a sandwich. Hang on. You know what? While we're going on tangents and stuff, let me actually do a little bit of research. What counts as a sandwich? In the U.S., according to Boston, Massachusetts rule in 2006, that a sandwich includes at least 2 slices of bread. So, this ain't even a sandwich, according to U.S. law. Thanks, Boston. The real priorities. Oh, man. Yo, I was expecting, like, a dictionary definition or something, but no. Here's a Wikipedia article, and the big highlight is a court case in Boston, Massachusetts. Okay. So, yeah. Though, granted, Paldea is based on Spain, I think. So, you know, that doesn't apply, but at the same time, At the same time, I just think it's amusing to think about. For something to legally be called a sandwich has to be between two pieces of bread. So what does that make? What does that make the sandwich as I'm making in this game then? Because I'm not putting the top bread on, so it's only one piece. So therefore it's not considered a sandwich. So what is it? Do we have an answer for that? Back to this. Back to the slow, boring bit that no one actually likes. The funny bit about Boston, Massachusetts. They're deciding what legally counts as a sandwich. That's all past. We stopped laughing about that. Now we're just back to... You're not shiny, you're not shiny, you're not shiny. Where's all the sparkly, shiny stuff? We want the fun stuff. I keep forgetting! At least I can run away from it faster now. Booster takes so freaking long because yeah, this is the animation, and there's like 3 freaking text boxes about it. God damn, I get the point. You could easily iron that out a bit. This ain't the Game Boy games anymore. You don't have to show a little thing like that. If you want to know how you can do it so that way it's faster, you start the encounter. The Pokemon makes a little noise, you zoom out. And then while it's playing the animation of the item being equipped, you see a little thing of text at the top left saying, hey, your item's working. But by that point, the menu's already popped up, so you can make your selection. So you don't have to freaking wait through multiple text boxes and the animation every time you encounter a Pokemon. You could make this so much smoother and so much faster, and they just don't. Come on, guys. Again, I'm envisioning all these improvements they can make for Generation 10, and we're not even going to see any of it until at the very least next year. Crazy to think about. I'm not really even saying that because I feel like Legends ZA is like our kind of bridge game this generation. Because every generation we have like 1 or 2 bridge games, kind of spin-off things that maybe are main series but incorporate like little aspects of it, kind of like they're playing around with the ideas a little bit. Because they used to just do like, oh, here's the main game, and then here's the enhanced version of the game a year later. And while that's going on, we have a remake or some other smaller project going on in the same generation. And then after Gen 6, they kind of stopped doing that. Because Gen 7 we had with Sun and Moon, and then there were 2 enhanced versions. Which, from what I can tell, were basically the same game again, but with a little bit more stuff in them. But now there's still, like, version differences. So it's kind of like, Sun and Moon were the prototype generation for what the generation was actually supposed to be. It's weird, I don't get it. And then between Gen 7 and Gen 8, I think that's when we got Let's Go. And then Gen 8 happens. And then between Gen 8 and Gen 9, we get Legends Arceus. So I feel like Legends ZA is going to be Gen 9's bridge game. So we could be seeing some stuff in Legends ZA that'll tie into mechanics of Generation 10, at least a minor scale. It's like some of the improvements that we'll probably see in a couple of years in our next mainline Pokemon, we'll probably see a little bit of. Like see a little tease of with Legends ZA. When we actually, I hope we see gameplay of it sometime within the next little while. Like, I'm glad they're taking their time with it and everything. But at the same time, maybe they announced it a bit early because we haven't really gotten anything about it since Pokemon Day at the beginning of the year. And again, that's fine. But you have people constantly young like, where's the thing for Pokemon Legends ZA? When's that happening? Where's the gameplay for that? Because we've gotten so fucking used to Pokemon churning out these games, and every year getting like 2 games, and a shit ton of other things, that we haven't had a concept of a slow year in Pokemon in a long time, if ever. And then it's just messing with us. Honestly, I'm perfectly fine with a slow year for Pokemon. Honestly, after what happened with Scarlet and Violet, I feel like they need to slow down a little bit. But at the same time, it feels so abrupt. Like, it's not like there's nothing going on. I mean, Dynamax is just added to Pokemon Go. The anime is still going on. There was that Pokemon Concierge thing a few months back. That was all stop motion. That was neat. So like, there's still stuff happening. We're still getting Pokemon stuff. It's just no big new release or anything. And honestly, that's probably for the best. Probably a good thing. In all honesty, it's probably a good thing. So yeah. Besides, as someone who enjoys multiple games, I have a lot of stuff to look forward to. For example, Sonic and Shadow Generations. We got a new bit of key art. And we see what Black Doom looks like in his new final form. And it's like some biblical angel thing. Rings with eyes all over it. It's so cool looking. It's really good key art. Like, holy shit. Absolutely amazing. I love it. The hype train's still going with that. And it seems like nothing but good news. That's good. I never checked out the Japanese website like I said I would. God damn it, I forgot to do that. And he even put him in the comments. He even put the Japanese website in the freaking comments like, hey, buddy, you can check it out here. And I still forgot. I got sidetracked with other stuff, and I never went back and looked. Dang it. Oh well. Oh well. There's a lot of discourse about the PS5 Pro and its whole mess. Long story short, no, not good. common Sony L and all that. Like their recent releases, it wasn't going well for them, and then they gained a lot of goodwill with Astrobot, Astrobot. I almost said Astro Boy. God damn it. Yeah, Astrobot comes out, everyone loves it for like a week, and then Sony shows up and makes a really expensive, extremely pointless console that is kind of just for nobody, and it doesn't even include the damn disc drives. You have to pay extra for that. So everyone's back to clowning on them again. And then Xbox, like this freaking morning or something, fired a bunch more people again. Constant layoffs at Xbox. So it's back to business as usual. I swear these companies never learn. So now, with this discourse happening over the last couple days, everyone's like, okay, Switch 2 announcement's probably gonna happen at some point this month. And it's gonna be like, hey, we have games. Here's the console. It's $400. And there you go. They automatically win the next generation. Like, holy shit. Oh my gosh. It's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy. How, like, Sony is seemingly trying to focus on graphics when, like, the difference between a standard PS5 and a PS5 Pro is barely fucking noticeable, if at all. And most games can't even support the up-res. Oops. But, then you have Nintendo just casually, for a fucking Mario Party game, making some of the most appetizing looking meat I've seen in a video game on a console with hardware equivalent to something 2 generations ago. So, like, I think the graphics stuff is just done. I think we've peaked. I don't think it's gonna get any better really anytime soon. Like, we can do amazing things with appetizing looking meat, with consoles as powerful as the Xbox 360. Therefore, making the PS5 Pro even more pointless. It's crazy to think what'll happen when Switch 2 happens, and like how far Nintendo's gonna take that. Because, like, Nintendo has been pushing the Switch to its limits in the best ways possible. And have made some absolutely gorgeous video games as of late. So, I'm curious to see what's going to be the next step up. And because graphics really aren't that different anymore, like, they're changing a lot slower, I guess. Like, there's a lot fewer differences. Switch 2 is probably going to be able to handle games without making nearly as many sacrifices. So, like, imagine all of the multi-platform games where everyone's just going to get it on Switch 2 because, you know, Microsoft's kind of leaning away from the console stuff. And plus, they kind of don't really know what the heck they're doing, it seems like. Because they're buying studios and firing everybody. What's the plan here, Microsoft? Hello? And then you have Sony, who are just making overpriced stuff that no one really wants because a PS5 still is perfectly fine, and the Pro does basically nothing. Not to mention that Sony keeps increasing the price of their stuff. Usually when a console's been on market for a few years, usually the price goes down a bit. But Sony said, screw that. Now everything's like double price. Oops. So, yeah. All Nintendo needs to do is just show up. Like, you know how the Nintendo Switch presentation thing that had I think it was just a trailer they put on their Twitter that just says Nintendo Switch has games. But you know that's become kind of a meme in a positive way, mind you, because like that's all they realistically need to do. Switch 2 has games, $400. They've guaranteed victory next generation. Like, they don't even need to try. They don't even need to try at this point. It's like, hey, we know the Switch is old. It's been like 7 or 8 years. It's time for an upgrade. Here's an upgrade. Backwards compatible. And even then, that's maybe not necessary, but you know, it's typical Nintendo. I figured that because it's Switch 2, they're gonna do backwards compatibility. It makes sense. So backwards compatible, $400, GG, like easy, no problem. And they just win. They just win the entire next generation. I don't want to come off too much the Nintendo fanboy, but I'm seeing I'm seeing the competition just crumble. It's not even because they're really doing anything to each other. It's just because they're making really stupid business decisions. They're doing it to themselves. Like, is that one episode of SpongeBob where it's the patty making contest? And King Neptune's making a whole bunch of patties, but they all taste like garbage. And SpongeBob takes his sweet time making one perfect Krabby Patty. That's how it fucking feels! Like you don't need to try to be, like, super big thing, thinking that you're the fucking king of everything, and you just shoot yourself in the foot. Like, yeah, cool, you made something, but like it's overly expensive and does basically nothing different than the console that's been out for a few years. And we've been mocking that one constantly because that's basically no exclusives. Not to mention it was hard to get the first couple of years. Oops. Good job there, guys. The whole PS5 generation's been a joke. It's an absolute joke. And that's just coming from a spectator. Honestly, I'm willing to bet that my parents got me Nintendo stuff because it was something they knew more about. If Nintendo's been around for a while, it's a name they recognize. At the same time, I'm glad. I'm glad I stuck with Nintendo stuff for consoles ever since I was a kid. Again, I don't want to seem like a fanboy. Nintendo has its faults. But at the same time, I would hate to be on the Sony side right now, because my god. It takes them like 5 years to make a fucking game with PS5, and all goodwill for it vanishes within a goddamn week. Because of another dumbass business decision. Like, do we really need a PS5 Pro? Like, seriously. Like, did that need to happen? With how little of a difference it makes, they could straight up just be like, let's hold off for like another year or two, announce the PSX a little bit more, and like, you know, call it there. And by the time they do that, some of the stuff they use in this damn PS5 Pro might actually cost less, so it might even cost less than the Pro does. With a lot of the same stuff in it. It feels like they're realizing the generation's about over, so they gotta get a Pro version now. Without even fucking thinking about how little difference it's gonna make now. Like, there's a reason Nintendo never really did a Switch Pro. Like, sure, we got the OLED, which I think is a little bit more powerful, and the screen's a bit better. But besides like a few differences with portable mode, it's largely just another Switch. It's just a Switch again. No real major improvements outside of, oh, in portable mode the screen's a little bigger and it's an OLED screen instead of an LCD. It's an LED. What's the difference between LCD and LED? I get the two confused a lot. The long story short, OLED's a better screen. And like, that's the one change they've done. Like, that's it. And they've been focusing on the Switch 2 ever since. And people were admittedly a little frustrated by that at first. But like, by the time the OLED came out, they were probably working on getting the Switch 2 up and running, right? Realistically. And I have a feeling if it wasn't for recent events this decade, we probably would have switched to by now. It probably would have happened already. Priorities have to shift a little bit. But yeah. So I just have a feeling that Nintendo's just kind of gonna win the next generation without really even trying too hard. And honestly, I think it falls back on their strategy they had for the past two generations. They're like, we don't need to constantly we don't need to chase trends. We don't need to do the next big thing. We don't need to hurry up and do that sort of stuff. We're gonna take our time with it. As long as we're making good games, none of this stuff really matters. Like, fair enough. Like, Nintendo's been behind, like, graphically and in terms of, like, console power for the past few generations. But because they're making good games and people are having fun with it, it largely doesn't really matter. Like, the Switch is one of the best-selling consoles of all time. The Wii did extremely well. The Wii U, the only real problem with it was the marketing. If it was marketed better, I'm willing to bet it would have done pretty well too. But like, that was just a total market. They didn't make that mistake again. So like, you know, I think just kind of holding back and focusing on the games more than trying to make games look as realistic as possible. I think it's just doing Nintendo a lot more favors. Because your consoles stay reasonably priced. And the games are fun. Games still look good. Multi-platform kind of suffers a little bit, but we've gotten to the point now where next generation, that barely even matters. Because the Switch, I believe, is roughly as powerful as the Xbox 360 PS3 era. I think. So realistically, Switch 2 would be roughly as powerful as a PS4 Xbox One. And the PS4 is still getting games. So, Nintendo's played the long game and they've kind of just caught up naturally. So now multi-platforms probably aren't gonna suffer nearly as badly next generation. So, again, I'm not trying to seem like a fanboy. I'm just trying to think with some reason here, because the business side of some of these companies has been a bit shaky lately. But like, people are gonna see Switch 2, roughly on par with the PS4, reasonably priced. It's got games on it. they win. They just win. Like, at this point, backwards compatibility is freaking optional, and they probably still win. But you know them, they're gonna do it anyway. The only reason that they didn't do backwards compatibility between Wii U and Switch was because, well, they don't want you carrying around... Having to make a console that you carry around that uses CDs feels weird. Like, I know the PSP exists, but they had to keep their discs inside little, like, cases. Because I don't want them to skip or anything when you're moving around. Like, that's the thing with portable CD players. Like, if you're moving around too much using a portable CD player, it tends to skip. And they don't want that. So going back to cartridges is probably the best move for that. But as a result of how different Switch is to, like, the DS, 3DS stuff, and because you can't accept CDs, of course, Switch didn't have backwards compatibility, but they kind of made up with it a little bit with, like, the Switch Online, online libraries. And then bring over a lot of the Wii U library with enhanced ports on Switch anyway. So they kind of made up for that. But Switch 2 probably is going to have backwards compatibility because it's probably still going to use carts. I think it's going to be a situation kind of like DS, 3DS, where Switch 1 cartridges fit inside, work fine, but like Switch 2, the cartridges might have like a little extra bit of plastic on the side to signify, hey, this is for the new one. But the old stuff's still gonna fit in there just fine. I don't think Switch 2 is gonna look too different than Switch 1. Like, they found something that works. And now they just need to do that, but improve it a little bit, and they just win. So, like, yeah. I know people have been theorizing for a long time to be getting something fairly soon. And there have been reasons to believe that. The colored button thing in some of the recent games maybe is a bit much. Sure, but it wasn't... I remember discussing this on an earlier stream. Wasn't it a thing where people looked at the code for the Thousand Year Door remake and it supported resolutions the Switch couldn't handle? It's like, maybe it's not just backwards compatibility, but they're actually going to do enhancements on some of the later Switch games. Meaning they're going to be doing what Sony's claiming to do better than Sony. Because Sony's going to be like, you can bring up some of your older PS5 games on the PS5 Pro and look better. But like, you're still, it's not a guarantee it's going to run even that much better anyway. Because some games aren't even going to support that. Like, a lot of the games aren't even going to support that stuff. What few games are on the PS5 anyway. And people are still complaining like it's not even going to run shit above 30 frames the game's like, what's the point? I think the Switch 2 is gonna do that better than Sony. Just thinking about it for a second here. Again, I don't want to come off as a Nintendo fanboy, but like, at this point, it feels like Nintendo knows what they're doing, and no one else really seems to, which is kind of disappointing. I guess they realize a little bit that Nintendo... You're kidding me. You're kidding me! A 2-segment in the wild. But as I was saying, it kind of feels like they know Nintendo's kind of got this, because you've seen how much they've tried to copy Nintendo. Like, Sony's especially guilty, because they tried to copy the Wii U gamepad. That didn't go well for them, by the way. And Astro Bot takes a lot of inspiration from, like, the Mario 3D platformers, from what I've heard. Which is also a good thing. It's like, I think I think they kind of... I don't know, I think they kind of understand Nintendo knows what they're doing. Anyway, I got that Shiny Rice, that's how much it's ending. So, no, this one can't evolve. It's already a 2-segment in the wild. Let's try for... Let's see, what other natures are there? Anxious? Lonely. Dang it. I'll get it one of these days. One of these days I'll get a nature check correct. I'll guess it. One of these days. Alright. 15 to Dunsparce. I should probably have... Like, there's a website that lets you keep track of how many encounters you've done for shiny Pokemon. And you can see the kind of, like, the kind of probability rate. It's not gonna work... It's definitely not gonna work as well. Considering I can't manually put in the odds of Dunsparce to 3-segment or anything. But, like, it shouldn't be hard to put this in, like, a probability thing and see, like, how well am I doing? How lucky am I, theoretically? Anyway, let's save our game again and go for sandwich number 3! So yeah, tomato, onion, green pepper, hamburger, and tofu. And then just, you know what? 2 spices, why not? Just for the heck of it. Boom. I said I was gonna do 4 sandwiches. But at the same time, by the time this sandwich is done, it's gonna be, like, at the, maybe the 150 mark, roughly, for stream. I could go over again, but we'll have to see if I feel like doing another sandwich. We'll see. Physics are doing weird things. I don't like what that burger's doing. It's kind of leaning. Oh no! Why did it shake? Okay, we're good. That's a bit more. I think I placed the burger a little bit too far forward. It's trying to fall over. Let's wait for this to turn around a bit so I can get a better look. I think we get a full rotation here. Or not. I guess we don't. I wanted to see if we can get a better look of it kind of leaning forward, but I guess not. I guess we're just not that lucky. I don't know. Got a little drink of water. But yeah, I'm debating whether or not this will be the last sandwich or not. It just kind of depends. Will I still feel like doing this for another sandwich tonight? Maybe, maybe not. Reach Station 3. At the very least, Switch 2's gonna load stuff faster. That's always good news. Things definitely dialed back a bit. Fair enough. Well, maybe that's kind of why Lucky Zero is going to be a next year thing. Maybe they do want to put it on Switch, sure, but like they definitely want to account for Switch too. So honestly, things are kind of lining up. We're gonna be seeing that Switch 2 anytime now. It's gonna be so good. Oh, and think about it for a second. Think about it for a second. We had a direct the very tail end of August, right? It was like two of their smaller, not as significant, I guess, directs kind of smashed into one thing. Kind of sort of felt like the leftovers. I hate to say it, especially when you're in Pizza Tower with a physical release and a full-on kitchen timer included with it. Like that's cool. But like I don't really see those as major of directs as like the typical main Nintendo directs. I don't want people to really get upset at me over that. But like, I feel like their partner showcases in indie worlds don't really end up as full of hype as like the main Nintendo Directs, if that makes any sense. But think about it. They do the Lester one with all of their third-party and indie stuff all in one go at the end of August. So in September, they can announce the Switch 2 and a lot of their new first-party stuff. Oh, it's making sense. It's all coming together. Yeah. Get all the third party and indie stuff on Switch 1 out of the way, put it in August. With like a smaller, two smaller presentations kind of stitched together. And then the big direct September with first party stuff and a freaking console announcement. Like, I'm seeing the vision. I'm seeing the vision. I get it. I fully get it. We could be seeing something great here. Yeah, I totally see it happening. The more I think about it, I feel like people are making the rumors about Switch 2 announcement this month mainly as kind of a joke at Sony's expense. Like, I get it, but at the same time, I can fully understand, legitimately, how it could work. I fully get it. I fully understand it. It could work. I just wonder how soon. Will it be next week? Or will it be the week after? Because I can totally see it being sometime this month. It's like, wasn't the Switch 1 announcing a big September event? Am I right about that? I think it happened. And it works so well with the Switch, so I think doing the same marketing strategy for Switch 2 would work out really well. No, I'm getting excited again. Oh my god. The expectations are starting to rise. Now I'm actually like, thinking about this a bit more. You boy. Looks like it might be time to turn on notifications for Nintendo's Twitter again. I did that before the last big direct happened. It's like for a week I was getting notifications from them. It was just them talking about. It was their typical like social media Twitch, like little videos every now and again. Like I follow them on Twitter, obviously, but I don't get notified for them. So sometimes I'll scroll on Twitter and then they'll put a tweet about Mario Tennis Aces for some reason this late in the game. But you know what? Cool. It's a nice little thing to see. But like when I have a feeling a new big direct's around the corner, that's when I turn the notifications on. Because like any time now it could happen. And again, thinking about it for a little bit, there's a possibility we could be seeing one fairly soon for Switch 2. It might be time to turn those notifications back on. It might be time! Honestly, the day we get the freaking date for a Switch 2 Direct, like, I don't know if the internet can handle that. It's gonna be a big deal. Just the date of the event. And then when the thing actually happens, this could be big. This could be big. Honestly, fully expecting it. The thoughts are running wild in my head. Like, I don't want to get my hopes up too high, and I'm kind of spiraling into that territory right now, but no. It could happen. We could really see something. Like full stop. Switch 2 is going to be something really special. I can see it now. I can totally see it being this big special thing. And like I said, they don't really have to try much, because, like, what's their competition doing right now? Just tripping and falling over. It's a bad business decisions. It's crazy. Like, it's kind of like a Toys in the Hair in a way. Like, the hair is like their competition. They're running ahead, chasing the big trends, and then eventually they kind of just make a really stupid mistake. They stop for a while. So like the hair falling asleep, Sony and Microsoft are doing really, really bad business decisions. Bunch of layoffs, unnecessary console. A freaking like Overwatch style game, taking 8 years to develop, making it cost $40, and then shutting the whole thing down in 2 weeks. And then there's Nintendo. They're following slow and steady behind, kind of just doing their own thing, not really worrying too much about trying to catch up to everyone in terms of power and such. And everyone's mocking them. They're like, haha, look what my modern console can do. You're like 10 years behind, haha. And now we're here. And the Switch is on track to being possibly the best-selling console of all time. Microsoft, they're kind of focusing a bit more on PC and cloud gaming, and I don't even know what the heck Sony's trying to pull. So, like, I think we've reached the point where the tortoise is caught up to the hare a bit. I think we're about to see the hare wake up and panic a little bit too late. Maybe I am an Nintendo fanboy. Maybe I am. But at the same time, I'm just looking. I'm just happily enjoying my Switch. And any faults it has, 'cause let's face it, it is kind of old, and I'm playing a game that really isn't that good, and really doesn't show how good the Switch can be. Maybe because it was rushed out the door and really needed one more year in development, but still. Still though. I think Nintendo kind of playing the long game. I think that really did them a lot of favors. Because honestly, the Switch might be one of Nintendo's best generations. This generation may have been fantastic for them. I don't know if the best is the right word for it. It's hard to say. Because, like, some people could argue that even back with the original NES, like, that was theoretically their best, because they basically single-handedly saved the video game stuff, the video game industry as a whole. Because, Atari kind of dropped the ball a bit. Big video game crash happens. And then Nintendo shows up and kind of just resurrects the whole thing. I'm not gonna fully say 100% it was just them. They were probably the biggest player. It's like the Sega stuff definitely existed. So but in terms of like influence, Nintendo kinda did most of the work saving the video game industry. So people might even say that that was their best generation. Right at the beginning, starting off strong. But considering how well the Switch is done, and the fact that the Steam Deck exists, kind of just being like, hey, what if PC, but it's a kind of Switch Lite scenario? You can just take it with you. Like, imagine a Wii U gamepad, but that's the console. Now imagine that, but it's also a computer. I fully believe that there is definitely some influence. But yeah, like, thinking about it, yeah. Anyway. That's enough fanboying from me. I'm just excited, and I think it's kind of amusing seeing what the heck's going on in the industry. I mean, a lot of it kind of sucks, but at the same time, like, I feel like part of it is just kind of brought upon themselves. Okay, didn't realize that you had a larger hitbox than expected either. So I guess it's just something that runs in the evolution line. Got it! I'm hoping to see one shiny with this thing for 10 minutes. I'm hoping to see one shiny with it because that would mean I didn't have to reset it all today. Which is fantastic. That doesn't really happen. Of course, now that I said it, it won't happen, and, you know, then you can all point them out. After stream, I definitely want to hurry up and catch the Terra Dragonite, so that way I can get the Incineroar rid of that one here. Because I don't want to miss out on another one. I missed out on... I'm still a big fucker. I missed out on the Empoleon one. I don't want to make that mistake again. So really, I should be like catching up a bit on some of these. Like... Since I have the game open and everything's all set to go, I might as well get Dragonite done today. Then get the Incineroar on the file, and then tomorrow after stream I'll probably get the Incineroar. Just to get that done. And then I'll be all caught up for next time. Be all caught up to next Terra Red and don't have to worry about it anymore. And I could be like, hey guys, if you wanna send me invites to raids, I'll do them. Like, if you guys got any 5 stars or 6 stars for me to do, like, herb a chance. There you go. But, you know. God damn it! This is not what I meant when I said I wanted another shiny today! That's 2 Dunsparce today. Only 1 actual Dunsparce that can evolve today. Game! Come on! Why are you like this? Oh my god! Oh my god! That's annoying. That's a little annoying. It's karma. It's karma. That's what it is. It's just karma. Yeah. You know, I think this will be my last sandwich tonight, and then before we end, I'm gonna check to see if Dunsparce can show up in Outbreaks. I think it can, and if it can, I'll see if I can reset for them tomorrow before stream. And then we can go for Dunsparce that are outside. Are you fucking kidding me? 3 Dunsparce spawns, shiny, 2 in 1 sandwich! Are you kidding me? It's been like a minute! Game! Hey, what the heck? Why are you like this? Come on! I should have figured with the thumbnail being a bunch of the Dunsparce gonna march in left and right. I should have figured I'd be seeing a lot of them, not Dunsparce. Dang it, game! Also gotta get more Dusk Bowls for next time. Though to be fair, if I'm gonna be getting Pokemon outside, the Dusk Balls won't really help that much, will they? I'm better off being a Pokemon that can do the sleep move, I guess. And then just using Heal Balls or something with colors. Why aren't you standing in the vault? Why are you so hard to catch? Get in here. Oh my god, all these text boxes. You could just do little pop-ups. I feel like, I don't know if it just ours is do pop-ups, but I think it may have. Oh my god. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. Now the game, why is the game being so spiteful? Game. Why are you like this? Why are you like this? 4 minutes. Can we get another Dunsparce? Not the Dunsparce, just a Dunsparce. So I can actually try to evolve one! Having one evolve is kind of sad. But like, it feels on brand. It feels on brand for that to be a thing. Are you? That's 3 in the span of like 4 minutes. I can't evolve any of these. Oh my god, do Dunsparces just have a higher shiny rate than normal Dunsparce? What the heck? What is happening? No way, dude. No way. Here I thought it was gonna be a low energy, and the first sandwich definitely was. Second sandwich I was talking about the game industry, and then the third just became this. It just became this. 3 2-segment Wild the Dunsparce. All within the span of like 5 minutes. What the heck? Why is the game like this? I could not have planned that. That was too funny. That was too funny. Now I definitely have to end it off here, because I have to stop after this, because like, I can't top this. I can't top this stream. It's too funny. It's too funny. What am I gonna do? What the heck? This is so dumb. It's so funny, but I love it. Game. I call Scarlet and Violet bad. I talk about the gaming industry, and here the game is playing a big old practical joke on me. What? What the heck? Oh, I wish Vix were here to see this. This is too funny. This is too funny. What is it with Area Zero just being the point where these Pokemon streams just collapse? It's like there was the shinies showing up all the time during the last bit of the DLC. I wandered down here like, this is where they want me to go. I'm gonna go down here. Hey, wouldn't it be funny if I got a shiny and then a shiny Iron Hand spawns directly in front of me as I say it? This game has a fantastic sense of humor. It's an amazing sense of humor. It's so dumb. But at the same time, I can't be mad. It is legitimately funny. Good job, game, you did it. And sandwich is done, so no more evolving tonight. It's just those three. Okay. One of these I gotta get the nature correct on. One of these. Alright. I'm gonna say that you're... let's go adamant. Damn it. You... we'll say bashful, hardy, and you can be like, let's go bashful again. Why not? Brash, dang. We got a mark on this one too. We have a sleepy time mark. Aww, the little sleepy boy. And none of the other ones have marks. We got another marked one today. Cool. With that, we could add another 3 to our total. That's 18 to Dunsparce. 4 of which today were wild, meaning they couldn't evolve, so they couldn't be 3-segment anyway. But it's just so funny. I got 3 wild shiny Dunsparce, one of which was a mark in the span of 5 minutes. I can't plan this. How could I have? So dumb. Okay, let's see here. Pokemon Violet Mass Outbreaks. Here we go. So how exactly does this work? Does Dunsparce show up in any of these? It can! Okay, it can. I checked Cerebi, and Dunsparce can 100% be in outbreaks. So, it's possible that we could do one of these streams where I'm hunting for Dunsparce, and guarantee that they're all Dunsparce, by the way. And I don't have to be in the cave. I don't have to be in Area 0 for it. So you know what? Yeah. I'm gonna save my game, get set up for the Dragonite Terra Raid, do that, catch it, get the Incineroar on my game, save, and then tomorrow, as soon as I wake up, I'm gonna start resetting the game to shuffle the outbreak spawns, and we'll see if I can get a Dunsparce one. And we'll do that for next stream. And we'll actually be able to evolve more than one. Hooray! Now, I don't know if I'm gonna be doing sandwiches for that or not, because again, you can consistently boost the odds for shinies without sandwiches in those, so it's not as necessary. But you know. Anyway, that's gonna be it for today. Because, like, as much as I was debating doing another one, at the same time, like, I feel like ending it off here is perfect. Because, like, how am I gonna beat that? The last sandwich of the night, AGG decided to go out and do the same thing he'd always done. Except this time, the game decided to reward him with 3 wild Dunsparce. They could not evolve, they could not be 3 segments, but they were all shiny in a span of 5 minutes. The game had its laugh, and he went to bed. The end. So yeah, no resets during this, but only one actual evolution, and it was the first one. Oh my gosh, this is just so dumb. This was so dumb, but it was hilarious. So yeah, Anyway, I'm gonna finish stream, and then I'm gonna go after this. This is our Dragonite right here. I'm gonna do that, catch it, and then the Incineroar second week just started, so I'm gonna get that on my game, and then off we go. And hopefully we'll see some outdoor Dunsparce next time. For a little bit of extra variety. It's like a little extra, like, last one of these for now thing. So I don't want to end up doing Dunsparce things for another few months trying to get a 3-segment. I feel like having it just be a thing I do every now and again kind of just works better for it. So like doing like 2 or 3 streams every so often, like we bring it back for a week or so. Like I feel like that's probably the format I'll be doing with these. You know what? Because of the fact that it could be in outbreaks, I feel like I'm gonna do one stream doing an Area 0 like this, and then the other stream of that week I do an outbreak. And we have like a little bit of extra variety in that. Like that I have a good formula for this. So yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow, where I hopefully get a change of scenery for our next little bit. And yeah, that's exciting. I could also do something really dumb and get like a box of eggs ready, but I feel like that's pushing it. I feel like that's pushing it a little. Anyway, that's going to be it for today. I'll see you guys tomorrow for another session of Dunsparce. And hopefully the next one, assuming I can actually get it, means no wild Dunsparce spawns. I'll see you guys tomorrow.